Most people fail at habits because they're trying to change what they do. But the research says the only thing that actually works is changing who you believe you are, not your actions, your identity. And by the end, you'll understand exactly why. Think about the last habit you tried to build. Maybe it was the gym, maybe it was eating better, or finally getting consistent with sleep. You set a goal, you had a plan. For a while, it actually worked. And then somewhere around week 3, it stopped. You got tired, life got in the way, and you told yourself the same story you always do, that you're just not disciplined enough. But here's the thing, that story is wrong. It's not about discipline, it's not about willpower, and it's definitely not about finding the right app or the perfect routine. The real reason habits die isn't because you stopped trying, it's because you never updated what you believe about yourself. Here's what's actually happening in your brain. Every habit you have, good or bad, is tied to an identity, a self-image, a quiet story running in the background that says, "This is the kind of person I am." Smokers don't just smoke because of nicotine, they smoke because on some level, they still see themselves as a smoker. And when they try to quit, but haven't changed that inner story, the conflict tears the habit apart. James Clear, who wrote Atomic Habits in 2018, describes 3 layers of behavior change. The outermost layer is outcomes, what you want to achieve. The middle layer is processes, what you actually do. And the deepest layer, the one most people never reach, is identity, what you believe about yourself. Most people start from the outside in, but the people who build habits that last, they start from the inside out. They decide who they want to be first, and the behaviors follow naturally. Here's the difference in real life. Goal-based thinking sounds like, I want to run a marathon. Identity-based thinking sounds like, I am a runner. That might seem like a small shift in language, but psychologically, it changes everything. When you identify as a runner, you don't have to fight yourself to lace up your shoes. You do it because that's what runners do. The habit stops being a chore. It starts being an expression of who you are. Research published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology has consistently shown that people are far more likely to follow through on behaviors that align with their self-concept. Not their goals, their self-concept. So every time you act in line with who you say you are, you're casting a vote for that identity. Every small action is a piece of evidence your brain quietly files away. And here's the part that stops most people cold. You can cast hundreds of votes in a single week. Every time you act like the person you want to become, even in the smallest possible way, the brain files that as evidence. Identity is not declared, it is accumulated. That's point 1. Point 2 is even more surprising. But here's what most people get wrong. They think identity change has to come before the behavior. They wait to feel like a reader before they open a book. They wait to feel like a healthy person before they change what they eat. And that waiting, that's exactly where everything falls apart. Because the feeling never comes first. The twist is this. Identity isn't the starting point, it's the destination. B.J. Fogg at Stanford has spent decades studying behavior change, and his research consistently shows that tiny behaviors done over and over are what reshape how you see yourself. Not motivation speeches, not affirmations, repetition. So you don't wait to become someone, you act your way into becoming them. 3 things happen in sequence. Think about it this way. If I asked you right now whether you're a writer, you'd probably say no. But what if you wrote 1 sentence every single day for 3 months? At some point, quietly, something shifts. You start thinking, actually, maybe I am a writer. That shift didn't come from deciding, it came from doing.
The identity didn't create the behavior created the identity.
This is why goal-based habits collapse under pressure. When life gets hard, goals feel optional. You can always move the deadline. You can always restart on Monday. But identity doesn't have a deadline. If you believe you're someone who moves your body every day, skipping a day feels wrong at a gut level. Not because you're disciplined, because it conflicts with who you are. That friction, that gut-level discomfort when you skip, that's the mechanism. That's the thing keeping the habit alive long after motivation has faded. And the good news is, once you've built that identity through small, consistent actions, the habit almost defends itself. You don't have to fight to keep it. Losing it starts to feel like losing yourself. So how do you actually use this? Step 1. Ask yourself, who is the person who already has the habit you want? Not what do they do, who are they? A person who exercises isn't just someone who goes to the gym. There's someone who values energy, who treats their body as a tool. Get specific about that identity. Step 2, find the smallest possible action that person would take. Not the hardest, the smallest. You're not chasing an outcome yet. You're casting a vote. Step 3, when you skip, and you will skip, change the story you tell yourself afterward. Most people say, I fell off, I'm back to square one. But a person with an identity-based habit says, I missed a day. That's not who I am. I'll get back to it tomorrow. One framing treats the habit as something external you're trying to hold on to. The other treats it as something already part of you. That difference is everything. Dr. Kristen Neff at the University of Texas has shown through her research that people who respond to setbacks with self-compassion rather than self-criticism are actually more likely to stay consistent over time, not less. The inner critic doesn't protect the habit, it destroys it. Being kind to yourself after a miss isn't weakness, it's what keeps you in the game. Remember what I said at the very start? Most people fail at habits because they're trying to change what they do. Now you know the deeper truth. The doing follows the being. You don't build a habit and then become someone new. You decide who you're becoming, you take the smallest action that person would take, and you let that evidence accumulate. Identity isn't the finish line after the habit is built. Identity is the engine that builds it. If you found this useful, the video on why willpower is a myth goes deeper into the science of behavior change. And if you want more of this, hitting subscribe means you'll never miss it.